Hello and welcome back. It's been about 6 weeks since I got the fish. I think it's a girl. What's good news for me, because I'm thinking about getting another one and throwing it in there. I had like I said earlier in the videos, this fish might have had a parasite or something. Luckily, I was able to I don't even know if I figured it out. I just stuck her in a quarantine tank. I put about 1/4 teaspoon of Epsom salt. I did try other, I got itchy nose, other medications like ick and parasite and bacterial infection remedy. You can get those at your box stores like Wall, Nizzles, the Co. I think the Co is good to get. This is a good place to get meds. They're usually pretty. That or yeah, if you have to go to the store, I would suggest go to the Co. Anyways, yeah, I got her to eat. Got the stand built, so everything seems to be going pretty good. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do a feeding and kind of show you the rest of the tank and kind of show you what's going on. So as you can tell, I got the stand built, and there's the sump. I got that crystal pond pump in there, a couple things of carbon, an extra air pump for the help with the bacteria, and then I got cryotin in there and a couple pints. You can't see because it's dark, it's not time. And then basically I just took a PVC pipe and took some plumber's weld and just stuck it up there with some and then sealed it with silicone. You hungry? Trying to do this one-handed. Here you go. So I finally. Hey. Is it a boy or is it a girl? So I think the tank came out pretty nice. For just being a throwaway, someone just threw it on the side of the road, and I got some safety glass from a refrigerator. And so luckily it fits, so that's pretty cool. And then I'm using the Zoo Med light. For like what it is. For a little project, what I did, it's came out pretty nice. I want to get into the origin and where the FLOWERHORN came from. I think this is probably going to be broken up into 2 parts. This is then going to be a 4-part series, maybe more. I don't know where I'm going with this, but what I want to kind of go over is where and how FLOWERHORNs came to be, kind of the origin story. They came from Malaysia, Thailand, China, South Pacific area, back in the late 80s, early 90s, and made their way to America and Canada around 1998 to 2003 when they first showed up. There is 5 main groups of flowerhorns that derived from these first batches of fish. Now there's, I forgot to count, there's like 25, maybe 50 different variations of flowerhorns now. They're coming out with just some really phenomenal looking fish, like the super reds. There's a black with white dots. If I can find a picture, I'll bring some of these new flowerhorns up. There's another flowerhorn channel, I forgot what the guy's name is, but he goes and he shows a lot of these new flowerhorns that are being designed in Asia. But getting into the different types of flowerhorns, the first and most commonly and most readily available flowerhorn is a Zinzao, and when translated it means heavy pearl or pearl. They're very available, they're very fertile, they're quick to become fertile, so that's why you see more of them. When you get into some of the more rare flowerhorns, they mature slower and it's harder for them to produce, so that's usually why they tend to be more expensive. The Zinzao has a round or diamond shaped body. It's a large mouth. It usually has a large horn or cock. It has protruding red eyes, which is usually one of the main things about the Zinzao. And the 2 main Zinzao breeds that you will see are the red dragon and the blue dragon. Those are probably the 2 most common ones that you're going to see when you go and purchase a flowerhorn from your fish store, your pet store, your box store. These are the ones you're usually going to be finding. Next on the list is the Thai silk. Thai silk flowerhorn was originally a throwaway. This was usually 2 Zinzaos that had heavy pearling. Instead of having a bunch of pearls, it ended up just being 1 solid pearl. Originally, they didn't want this trait, so they threw the fish away. A lot of breeders do this when they're breeding for designer fish. If they don't have a trait or something that they don't like and they don't want to breed for, they throw them away. And sometimes with these things you have genetic issues too, so that's going to be a part in the second part, but we're going to finish up here. The Thai silk, they're the newest one to really kind of show up. I don't know exactly when they started importing them to the States. The Thai silk is usually a metallic blue with gold or white. They tend to have red eyes. This one doesn't have red eyes. I'm guessing it's probably, if it is, it's probably not from a Zinzao strain. The other strains that they come from are Kompas and Faders. They usually have a rounded body. This one doesn't. This one, is, as you can see, doesn't really have a rounded body. It's more a diamond shape. That's what I'd probably say, is more of a diamond shape. The red ones usually are, when they have Thai silks, when they have the red eyes, they're usually sterile. This one does not have red eyes. This one has brown eyes. So that's another reason why I think it's probably not a Zinzao, from a Zinzao strain. It could be, but these fish can be bred from, I think, 4 or 5 different types of fish, and if you keep grooming and keep doing breeding for those treats, you're going to just end up with a flowerhorn no matter what. The next on the list is the golden base, or the fader. They are called this because they are black as juveniles, and as they grow, they fade to black, and they usually turn to a vibrant yellow, gold, orange, and red. usually starting with a red, kind of going all the way down to the dorsal fin. They have a unique purling that starts at the top of the horn or the cock that goes all the way down. These are probably one of the more rare flower horns out there that you can find. The next on the list is the Compa. The Compa usually has no gaps between the dorsal fin and the anal fin and the tail fin. They're usually a white, white or yellow. They usually have white or yellow recessive eyes, or recessive eyes. The reddish ones are usually more rare. They usually have a double flower and a very thick white purling. They have a large horn or cock. They're usually a box-like shape, and they mature slower and usually are harder to breed, and that's also why they are so hard to find, especially like king compas, and those usually come from a certain person had a certain type of compa and they bred that compa for those specific genes for that specific type of fish. And the last and final one is the golden monkey, the most expensive of them all. Rumors has it that they're from $100,000 to $600,000 sold on the US market. Now, is this true? I don't know. Who's going to spend almost $500,000 or a house, small house, or a Lamborghini or a fish? Some people might. I don't know. The golden monkeys are usually a yellowish gold pearl, typically a box shape. They look like a monkey, that's how they get their name. They kind of look like a fader or a compa. They kind of look like that, and they are known to be very violent jumpers. These guys jump more than any of the other flower horns. If you know anything about predator fish that jump, they are hard to keep in the tank. And that's something. Oh, could you imagine losing $100,000 or $600,000 fish because it jumped out of your tank? Like, come on, give me a break. Next episode, I'm gonna be talking about the breeding, where the bloodlines come from, the four main cichlids. Actually, yeah, the four main cichlids, wild cichlids that the flower horn comes from. Breeding and ethics, and a little bit on environmental, I don't know, I'm trying to say environmental something or other. But until next time, stay salty, my friends.